So basically they repackage these things in black bales with white writing on them, because black plastic is cheap, I suppose. Put it out in the sun because black attracts the heat, so it was like an enforced autoclaving or sterilisation. So something the books say you should never do with a purely organic medium. You should never autoclave a purely organic medium. So anyway, we'll see. I think that's just making sure we get the full litre, because it may become important, our ratios. Okay, so basically put that there, and now we move over to getting our newspaper sayos, our cat litter newspaper sayos, which is a white wood. It's from the heartwood of a tree, basically. And in this state, it's basically Pinus radiata, or the Monterey pine. That's what we use for chipping and for making paper. So that might keep that in the back of your mind, might keep you in good stead. It is originally, it's American, I think, by Monterey. Where's Monterey? Not quite. The Americans use it basically, but I think the actual Monterey is, yeah, look at that on the map. I have been told where it is and what it is. I've forgotten. Poor memory, fellas. I'll just punch it into Google, fellas. Come on, it's 2017. Yeah, learn something new every day in about 5 seconds, you know. Just hope Google Books will get online fairly shortly. So, going for the full month today. So basically that's our litre of newspaper sayos. Then we're going to mix that with our... Oh, still on spot colour. Yes, I am. Good. So mix that in. So maybe the idea of 50-50 has actually come out of this, and somehow the sand has got in the way. Because the sand actually may be a way of maintaining capillarity, opening up all the fibres so the, you know, you got a larger surface area for fungi for the fungal hyphae to attack, and also maybe a source, a micro aliquot source of zinc, because you know, zinc is quite soluble, so it can come out the sand very easily. And as we see, you know, we've noticed with our sand, you know, it can actually go albium, and we're trying to work out what that is. Seems to be concomitant with the initiation of our green organism, which we think is a cyanophyta. Well, we're not sure yet. So is this the problem with liverworts? You got to have the best. They don't like any disease problems because they're really ancient, classical sort of plants, plants in quotes. I forgot. What do they call avascular plants or something? They don't actually have what we term a classical vascular system of higher plants or something. Going back years, fellas. I'll have to recrap the books. So yeah, so that's pretty opened up. Now the idea is to add now 4 litres of sand, and then we're going to wetten it up with a. I think it has to be nicely wetted, you see, to do all these things. So I think you may need a surfactant, but I found a technique that works for me, so that'll be in my thesis and whatever book I write eventually, I suppose. It gets you there straight away, so once you've done it, you don't have to worry about whether the fine little root hairs or mycorrhizae are not gonna, you know, are going to be drying out in little pockets in the soil. It's done. It's munted, basically. You fix that problem. Anyway, so the next stage is to get our all 4 litres of our fine play pit sand, which is basically, as far as we know, quartzite sand. So you might want to research that, but you know, it can be quite hard finding information on the internet. I think some people fear the internet because it's going to find out these people's little secrets that they've been keeping over the years, you know. So I don't think that's. I wouldn't call that paranoia, fellas. You know, some of the things that started happening as we crossed over the new millennium with Google, and you, as I said, you used to put your you know, a little pointer over people's houses, and strange things just started cropping up. And thinking, oh, so what you were saying for 20 years was a load of bullshit. You were actually doing this, and that was the reason we we went through certain things at certain times, you know. Oh, okay, sort of. And when people come in from interstate and you get to read what the person says to them in their letters and compare it to what the person tells you in this state and has been telling you for 20 years, and you realise, okay, it's a psychopath, you know. As I say, the way to tell if you've got a psychopath is they usually go to the floor above and the floor below, and if the two stories coming from the floor above and the floor below don't tally, they're different, they've got a psychopath, basically, because basically the psychopath tells one story to the people above him and tells another story to the people below him, and that's how they socially move up the ladder, sort of thing. Yeah. Yeah. And that's how they control the other people in the lower floor and the upper floor, basically. So yeah, I don't think the people in the upper floor would quite like to realise that they are actually being manipulated as well. Yeah, but it's the unconscionable attack of the people on the floor below, you know, the bullshit they give them. Okay, so next time we got there. Yeah. I'm going to make sure that I think I'll end this clip and go back and look at this thing, because I want to make sure that I did actually add the right number of parts. So I've been gas bagging so much. Yeah, we have this one here. I hope that's 4, not 3. So we'll see. I think I'll end it here, fellas, yeah, just check that I'll run back the clip and make sure I did actually put in 4 parts and it's not only 3 parts or thing, or I haven't done too many. Okay, because I was gas bagging too much as per usual. See ya.